Usually you see a lot of restaurant owners do some shady shit just because they need to save some extra bucks or dollars, or they try to raise up prices or trick you into basically buying other things, or basically lying to you and say, like, for example, you wanted to upgrade a meal. They won't say, do you want to upgrade? They just ask you if you want a medium or large, basically tricking you, saying that it comes regular, but you don't know that because you're too stupid to even know or understand. It's like a user agreement, basically looking between the lines. And in this certain situation, it is exactly the case here, where a restaurant owner decided to basically not pay for his plumbing bill.
What started as a normal day at the restaurant has Thai bistro and bar owners saying they feel extorted.
I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. It's like, okay, just.
I'm shocked too. Your name is literally Jesse, and yet you're a fucking disgrace to our kind.
Operations manager Jesse Sanders says when their grease trap started to overflow, they called Heron Plumbing Company to fix the block. 3 days later, when it happens again, they called the plumber back, this time saying it was an emergency.
So this was the first invoice, basically explaining all the work he did. And then this is the second one, basically doing the same exact work on all the lines. And he charged us double.
The bill was $235. The second was $390, and the owners refused to pay the second one.
So, usually if they have to charge double, it's probably because, something happened. Like you just said, it was an emergency, right? This happened 3 days after your first plumbing incident. So, that means something fucked up, something happened. There's also things as well where it comes to you basically call them right away, not like a schedule or anything. So, they could charge extra because of that as well, which a lot of people don't know. It's really stupid, I know, but sometimes it will happen. If you call them like right away when they aren't scheduled, they might just charge more because it's taking out of their time to basically come help you when they are probably just having a day off or trying to get prepared and ready for another client. It just depends on what company, if it's a big company or a small company, really, nonetheless. But regardless, I still feel like he should have done something to basically talk it out or something, be like, what the fuck is going on? Ask like any questions. Don't have just the paperwork. Ask him like, why is this doubled? Like, I don't get it. It's the same shit. It says on the paper. Can you like elaborate or like help me there? Because you're supposed to be the owner, right? You're supposed to know this shit. You ain't supposed to just be having your hand in your cock and basically wondering why the fuck it's not being stroked. You have to do it yourself. Fucking understand. Go talk to the people who are doing your shit. Make sure you keep noticing that they're doing the work so you don't get screwed. Like, it makes sense, right? Like, you're paying this person to do something for you. You should at least want to see what he is doing and what is going on in the certain situations. Yes, you have to focus on your employees as well, also with the customers, but you still need to check up on the plumber since you're saying this is a mistake, so you have to keep checking. And by the looks of this, I don't think he did any of that.
It's not about the money, it's just about him just standing behind his work.
Yeah, if it's not about the money, why the fuck are you bitching and complaining? Like, I understand that you're probably thinking that you got scammed, but you're saying this here. It's like, it's not about the money, it's about his work. So pay the fucker. I don't know what to tell you. Or if you're questioning about his work, you can literally ask him. Why didn't you ask him? You just got handed the bill and said, oh, I'll deal with this later on when he leaves. So I don't have to worry about asking him questions. What a fucking powerful business move. I gotta give you a round of applause for fucking stupidity right there.
Restaurant surveillance cameras show the plumber returning the next morning.
And the following day, we received a text message saying that he's on our property. He put a balloon into our grease trap and he's not going to remove it until we paid.
That's actually pretty bold of him to actually do that shit. But it makes sense. I mean, if you're not going to pay me for the work I did, then I'm just going to undo the work I just did. And you can figure it out. I mean, you obviously just wasting my fucking time, ain't giving me money, so why the fuck are you going to get special treatment? I mean, this ain't a charity. I'm not doing shit for free.
Text exchanged between the parties show the owners were given about an hour to pay their bill before the plumber left for the weekend.
Blackmail. Well, technically not really blackmail because it's rightfully deserves money in his pocket type of thing.
If we were to leave the balloon in there, it would overflow the restaurant with water, dirty water that's going down the grease trap. And basically, we would have to shut down.
Wow, wow, I wonder why you're gonna get shut down. Well, it's not because of the fact you didn't pay your fucking bill. So this guy basically said, you know what, go fuck yourselves. Then I guess I'll just undo the work I just did for you.
Plumber Joel Heverin tells 14 News over the phone his business offers no warranty for drain cleaning. He says the restaurant also had a history of being slow to make payments.
I don't have a magic wand I can wave and remove all of the garbage and debris from the drain line. So what we can do is we can snake it, we can verify that it's open and working correctly, which is what we did.
So the cat's out of the bag, literally proving that the restaurant is fucking ass. Due to the fact that not only are they slow at making payments, but also because of the fact that there was trash and debris. That's why the bill was fucking hired. That is your fucking reasoning right there. Easily fucking able to have communication to figure out the freaking issue. But you know, communication and actually being a decent human being and having conversation with one another is forbidden in 2025 because if you try that, something would be awry.
Police officers came to the restaurant to mediate. They tell us these matters are normally settled in small claims court.
Frankly, it was not worth me pursuing it in court. It was not worth my time.
Now, I understand the perspective, what he's talking about, because it's not his time, because especially if they're slow on fucking payments, what do you think the court is going to do? Make it even more delayed and slow? So I understand that point of view, but it's also kind of a risky thing because technically it's going to be bad now because you already did this and kind of threatened him a little bit to pay the bill, even though he should have already to begin with. So it's not really like a, yeah, you better do it or else type of situation. It's more of like a, you better pay your fucking dues or else type of thing. But it still would be bad on him because the court would probably be like, yeah, no, we don't want to have that slide. And you might have repercussions on your end as well. Because just like what the owner said, they could have been shut down because the restaurant would be literally overflown with water, which and some people would say is an act of terrorism or some dumb shit like that, which also makes sense too. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. But if he didn't do that balloon thing, I feel like he would definitely have won already. But there was also other good ways to basically come around to this too, even with the plumber. Even though the plumber was basically the victim of this circumstance, him doing the balloon was not really a good thing. Kind of funny, but not really a good thing to do. Like he could have also stepped up and say like, hey, why aren't you paying your bill? At least try to make the owner talk to him as well. Maybe set like a time to schedule to basically pay because since, you know, they say they have a history of slow payments, they probably aren't able to do it because by the looks of it, they're a small business. So of course, a small business can have some ways of basically having trouble to pay certain things back. You could say like you could have like up to 3 business days, but if it goes over there, we're gonna have to do something here because it's either you're gonna lose me as a person to call to help you out on your business, or we're going to have to pay double or something like that. You know, like confrontation.
With officers on scene and the bill paid, Heverin Plumbing removed the blockage.
All right, you're good to go.
The restaurant says the bill they handed over ultimately was marked paid under protest.
So for people who are unaware of what paid under protest means, you reserve your right to contest the bill after you have made the payment, which indicates that you're not accepting the charges and the business should expect you to take this further. Basically saying like, yeah, I wasn't really wanting to do this. We're forced into paying you, so go fuck yourself, but have this money because you bitched and complained for it. But it's not really always the case either. It might not even give you your money back. It's also to keep in mind that this isn't always going to work.
Being a small business owner, we don't want that to happen to other customers and clients of his or other plumbers because it's just ridiculous that it had to come down to this.
Yeah, and I wonder who was the one that got it down to this. Not the fucking plumber. Your bitch ass for not even asking the simplest of questions about why the hell is the bill over, because clearly it was a you problem. You didn't have communication to your fucking clients, as you so call it, and then this happened with the escalation. You pissed him off, and he gave you the response that you wanted. This isn't a back and forth situation. You asked for this. Nothing to do with bad service or anything. He did his job. You just decided to not ask any questions. It's the same thing like when you get hired for a job or something and they're going through like, interviews and orientation, basically telling you what you're doing and then asking, is there any questions? And you just sit still saying nothing is exactly what the fuck this guy's doing. They let him do whatever, told him what the fuck he's doing, and he didn't ask any other questions because he just thought, oh, it's just gonna be swimming. It's just gonna be well. I don't need to worry about any of this. And then gets the results and realizes that, oh, shit, I should have asked a fucking question because now I'm stuck and I'm confused, which is this entire fucking debacle. But if they really want to not do this with other clients, even the plumber said that they had a history of slow payments. Even though you're a small business, you should still, understand that if you're gonna basically start up a business, you have to have a good economic plan, be able to pay, or sometimes you would have to figure out stuff by yourself. Do the free option. Maybe have some kind of knowledge, maybe have friends who might have this type of knowledge to help you out too. Anything that you can do it. If you're gonna hire someone to do a job, be on point with what the fuck they're doing, ask questions, maybe assist them a little bit if they need assistance, and fucking pay them. I feel like this would have been a life lesson, but like everyone with the brain cell literally understands if you're paying somebody to do certain work, pay them. I don't know how hard that is, but clearly for this place it is. I mean, especially too, a lot of people are saying that this guy said that he like regularly cleans his pipes and stuff. So I don't know how the hell it clogged that fast then because clearly it's not the plumber's fault if that's the case. If it was the plumber's fault, then you would have probably seen some kind of thing, not a clog like that. And he already said it's about trash and stuff. So clearly it isn't the plumber's fault because if there's trash and debris in there, that means it's the employee's fault because they're doing stuff they're not supposed to and putting it in pipes that aren't supposed to go in. So maybe instead of talking shit with the plumber, talk shit with the employees. Tell them we cannot fucking put trash in this, even though they should have already known from the get-go, for the start. That's why a lot of places, especially I work at a fast food place, has trash cans right next to every area because you throw that shit away. You don't put that thing down the drain pipe or a deep fry drive or anything like that. You're supposed to put it in the trash. That is literally what it's for. Anyways, that's gonna be it. The disgrace to our kind needs to learn better business etiquettes. And that plumber, respect to you because you're a fucking cool ass dude. But never cross this motherfucker because it might just be a balloon this time. I can't tell you what his next move would be because once he's out of rubber, who knows what kind of butt fucking this guy will do.